Hi, and welcome back. Just showing you that sunset over there. It's pretty glorious, isn't it? I just love watching the sunset and the sunrise. I'm sure you must do too. It's just such a special moment. And there it goes. I want to talk to you today about something that happens on your ascension journey, and that is realizing your misidentification with various things with various personas that you have. What do I mean by that? Well, our identity is important, but our identity is associated with who others tell us we are most of the time. Because we are raised in a specific culture, in a specific religion, in a specific country, because this is what people do. There we go. It's almost gone. This is what people do on this in this world. They're this nation and that football club supporter and all that stuff, right? And I'm not saying that you shouldn't support that, but we identify very strongly in our lives with these personas, right? And we then identify ourselves as people that are in a certain way, right? Oh, I react this way when I do that, and because you get used to those reactions, right? But when you start to strip that down, and trust me, Ascension strips that down. So when you start to strip it down, you realize that those were stories that you were telling yourself. You are identifying with the experience that you were having very closely. But you are not that, you know? Your true character is unchangeable by all those experiences. And a lot of spiritual awakening, ascension, is peeling back the layers, like you have the layers of an onion, like ogres have, yeah? The way Shrek said it, yeah? We have layers too. And it's layers of identification. We identify ourselves with this little person who grew up in this country and went through these things, and that's a story. But we fully identify with that because that's what we are told we are. We're told this is who you are, and you're gonna kill over at some point, and that's it. Well, what if it's not like that? What if that's just a limited experience out of a much wider, much more interesting, much more endless and beautiful experience? Well, keep your mind open. If you're watching this, it's likely you're going through ascension and you're going through a spiritual awakening process. You're getting to be a better version of yourself. Guess what? To be a better version of yourself, you need to realize what you are not to find who you are. Who am I? Is one of the key questions that we should be asking ourselves in this existence. It's a really important one, I would say. And I think the answer to that question will change as you go on this journey. And as it will change, so will your identification will loosen to who you thought you were. And that is absolutely normal and part and parcel of this. And the mind is scared of that. Probably even we are scared of that because we gave ourselves an identity and now we see it slipping away. And then, what's going on? There is that feeling of uncertainty or unknown, and we are scared of that. I'm here to tell you that I don't think we should be scared of anything because, you see, it's not like any part of you is going away or dying or anything like that. You know, these people, you know, there's talks about ego death. You know, you die before you die. That's the only way you get to spiritually awaken. I personally don't agree with that particular way of putting it, because you have always been who you are. Nothing is dying. You're just reassessing who you are. And you're realizing more who you are. There's no death involved. I was afraid of things like that. It kept me away from spirituality for a long time. But that was just my mind playing tricks on me. Step into the fire of truth. What was it? And it will only reveal what you are not. As you go through this process, you will realize what you are not. I am not this, I am not this, I'm not that, I'm not that. Only to eventually reveal to you what you are. And it's through a process of elimination. And it's who you have always been. But you were thinking otherwise. That is all. That is all that this is all about. Ego, death, all of that stuff. So don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. It is a journey of discovery, like every other journey of discovery in this world and in this life. And it needs to be taken with a bit of playfulness, a bit of joy. You know, it needs to be embraced and enjoyed and experienced fully. Sometimes we take it so seriously that we get hung up. I know I've done it. But we shouldn't take ourselves so seriously, really. It's a pity, because we ruin our experience. So I'll stop there. You know, I don't want this to go for too long. But I hope I got the message across, together with this beautiful sunset that you've witnessed here. And that is that you should not be afraid of going down the journey of discovering who you really are. Even if you don't think you're doing that right now, you are. Okay, you are. If you're listening to this, you are. If you've made it this far, you definitely are. Okay? And there's nothing to be worried about, nothing to be afraid about. It's a beautiful journey of discovery. As your consciousness blossoms, your awareness increases, and layers of that onion that you are not get stripped down, you realize who you have always been, what you have always been. Thanks for watching. I love you. Shine bright, because you have a light.